gang back together again.
We haven't done this in a long time.
Your fans never left you. The world hasn't forgotten. Sure, it's impossible, but we've got to try. It's time to play the music.
It's time to light the lights.
It's time to meet the Muppets.
Yes! Come on, guys, let's go! Wow, I can't believe we're all back together.
Yeah!
Sorry, I was super excited.
The Muppets have always been about artistic integrity, not cheap tricks.
Check it out. Fun shoes.
This is going to be a really short movie.
Oh, look, what's that over there? Oh, what?
Ow.
Throw me over.
I think that's an electric fence. It's an electric fence.
Yup.
Maybe you don't need the whole world to love you, you know? Maybe you just need one person.
Got me.
And I don't care what anybody says. I believe in you. And you.
You think we should have rented a bigger car?
This Thanksgiving, there's no movie like a Muppet movie. Jason Segel, Amy Adams, Kermit the Frog, and Miss Piggy.
Ow, that hurt.
The Muppets.
So, hello guys, got another review for you today. This time I'm going to be reviewing The Muppets.
It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest stars, the stars of Star Wars.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light. It's time to get me started. Why don't you get me started?
You're looking a little sheepish. It's time to get things started on the most
Sensational, inspirational, celebrational, motivational. This is what we call the Muppet Show.
So, as you can tell from the Muppets trailer and the Muppet Show intro, I'm going to be reviewing the new Muppets movie, which I saw on Monday the 13th of February for my mate Kenny's birthday. And my initial thoughts are, I actually really enjoyed it. Now, I went in thinking I was going to enjoy it. I went in thinking highly of it, and it delivered to me. But it did have some aspects that I kind of were a bit skeptical about, but I'll get onto those. But also, there is a Toy Story short in front of it, a Toy Story Toons short, called Small Fry, so I'll review that first. So, in Small Fry, basically, Barney takes Buzz Lightyear and Zurg, I think, I can't remember now, to a like fast food restaurant thing, and a mini Buzz Lightyear toy, Happy Meal toy that's stuck in a little cabinet thing and that never gets taken out, breaks out and gets rid of the other Buzz and goes with Barney and goes to all the other toys, and then obviously they realise that Buzz is gone, and Buzz ends up in a guidance counselling session for discarded Happy Meal toys that's led by a mermaid that's voiced by Jane Lynch. Now, if you don't know who Jane Lynch is, she is in the film Role Models, but she's probably more well known now, which to me is a bit insane, for Glee. But yeah, it was an okay Toy Story short. I'm happy to see the Toy Stories the Toy Stories. I'm happy to see Toy Story whenever, because I love Toy Story. It's such a big part of my childhood. But on to the Muppets. Now, the Muppets opens up with the story of two brothers. You've got Gary and Walter. Now, Gary is played by Jason Segel, and Walter is the puppet out of the two, and he becomes the new Muppet eventually. Walter his story is kind of a bit, all over the place. He's a big fan of the Muppets, and when Jason Segel and Amy Adams are going to LA on their little couples trip, they take Walter to go and visit the Muppets studios. When Walter goes into Kermit's office and overhears some executives say that they're gonna crush the studios because the Muppets are obviously not going to pay the I think it's the $1 million that they need to pay to keep the studio. So they're gonna knock it down, and I forgot what they're gonna turn it into now. And Walter decides to go to Kermit, and Kermit then decides to round up the gang, and they put on a show that they called the Muppet Telethon to raise the money, which, spoiler alert, and I am going to put spoilers here, they don't raise the money. However, when they exit, they've got crowds and crowds of fans, whereas before they weren't really well known anymore, and it took them a while to actually get a station that would put their Muppet Telethon on. So basically, the big crowd of fans that they love them now and all that. They do a big dance song number thing, and then the guy that was going to crush the studio got a bang on the head, so kind of doesn't know what's going on anymore, and he gives the studios back to the Muppets, and the Muppets carry on doing their show again with Walter. So that's basically the plot, with the spoilers. Now, I'm going to talk about what I didn't like about it before I talk about what I did. What I didn't like about it was I felt it was really rushed at the start to get to the point where they go to Kermit to round the gang back up. After they did that, it felt like it completely just slowed down dramatically, and they took their time rounding up each member of the Muppets, which really could have been avoided. They could have just kept going at the same pace that they were, and then it kind of all was a bit messed at the end. You didn't see them rehearse much, and it was a bit all over the place. It was almost like it was unfinished a bit. But other than that, it was a pretty good movie. I mean, it did have a bit of a musical aspect, but it works. And you got some funny guest stars. You had Jack Black, and some great cameos. You've got, forgetting people's names. You had Sarah Silverman was in it. Selena Gomez was in it. Whoopi Goldberg was in it. Neil Patrick Harris was in it. But my favourite cameo was Dave Grohl. Now, if you didn't notice Dave Grohl in it, he's actually the drummer for the Muppets, which are kind of like the anti-Muppet gang deal. And that was my favourite cameo. Because out of all my friends, I was the only one who actually noticed that Dave Grohl was in it. and I felt really happy about myself. And if you don't know who Dave Grohl is, I actually have a poster of him. There. He is lead singer of Foo Fighters. So yeah, so I liked the cameos. The musical aspect wasn't bad. The acting I thought was pretty good for a family fun movie, and I just like the factor of the Muppets. Just they're back, and it brings back some fun to it. I mean, I've got the very first series of the Muppet Show on DVD. The 50th anniversary edition. It's like remastered. I don't think it was the first time it's released, but yeah, but I really enjoyed it. And I'm gonna give it a very, very, very solid 4 out of 5. It's worth seeing in cinemas, especially if you're a big fan of the Muppets like I am. So thanks for watching this review. I've got more on the way. I've got Chronicle, got Ghost Rider, and I've got loads of Blu-rays to review. So